Hey, what's up, guys? I'm just going to be taking you through the patch notes for the 31st of January 2012, which is yesterday. So, first graphical changes. The amulet worn models are no longer all using the same model as the amulet defense. So obviously, graphical change to amulets. The Firemaker's outfit is now correctly positioned when worn. A rock in Edgeville that was causing a slight pathfinding issue when trying to enter the north end of the bank has been removed, so just while you're trying to walk through it gets people stuck on it. Text in drop-down boxes has been made lighter to be more visible on darker backgrounds, which is good, a nice text change there. Several dungeons that are too bright with bloom enabled have had their brightness settings adjusted, as just a high-end graphical change being too bright. Some missing polygons have been returned to the outside of the Dominion Tower, just some holes in it. Players no longer stop, then speed up if running whilst performing the hula hoop emote. That was just a slight graphical bug. Attempting to mime whilst resting no longer hides a player's pickaxe. Some force walk areas in the desert have been removed. I presume that's where you go somewhere and then it makes you walk forward. Albino rat attack animations have now been fixed. Unmorphing from a rock whilst wearing a bedsheet now functions correctly. The wilderness level interface is no longer hidden underneath the XP counter, so it shows you what level wilderness you're in, even if you've got the XP counter up now. It used to be covering it up. Some roofs in Miscellanea Dungeon are once again attached to the buildings. Excellent. The clan battlemaster has realized it's no longer Christmas, and has hence put his Santa hat away. The money pouch tab is now shown over the top of the Grand Exchange interface on fixed screen mode. So that was just the money pouch was not going over the top, so you couldn't see how much money you had when you were in the Grand Exchange if you had it on small screen. Some wool kit using Slug Menace is no longer has clipping issues. Obsidian charms have had the detail on the charm returned. So obviously there was a slight... I'm not sure if they removed them or there was a problem with them, but the small detail on the picture has been returned. Some flickering has been fixed in a cutscene during Curse of Arav. Excellent. And the quest and task fixes. Shadow tendrils in Firemaker's Curse are now correctly scaled in fixed screen mode. More hints have been added to certain stages of Firemaker's Curse. The Book of Char has been added to player-owned house bookcases. The Book of Char now has a once per day teleport to Char's Cave, which is quite awesome. It is no longer possible to gain 2 torches in Firemaker's Curse by wielding one. Grinding shards of Armadale no longer stops after the first 63 shards. That's good. A typo for Prifdinus has been fixed in the Book of Char. The statue of Enkara's lament can now function with the chisel in a tool belt. It is now possible to reclaim disguise items from Rocking Out post-quest. Draken's medallion no longer uses charges in the basement of the Ectofungus building. Dr. Orban will now accept money from a money pouch during Sheep Herder. A Spirit of Summer reward area no longer shows as level 109 wilderness, which is pretty useful. Reeds can now be cut out using a machete in a tool belt during Legends quest, which is pretty cool. Cutscenes in Recipe for Disaster no longer used fixed rate chat windows. Trying to retrieve mirrors during Morning's End Part 2 with partially full inventory no longer forces the player to restart the puzzle. Excellent! So just some basic changes in that. Skills and minigames. Hint arrows no longer appear on the incorrect Barrows brother. So when you're in the Barrows minigame, it doesn't come up on the wrong person. It is now possible to gain Conquest rating when your rating is 0, although I don't know how you managed to get your Conquest rating to 0. An elite treasure trail coordinate that points to the middle of the wilderness volcano has been moved outside the giant blocking sword. So obviously something was in the way stopping you from getting it, or they just decided to move it. A North debug message has been removed from the pit. Players can no longer take lent items into dangerous clan war matches, which is an especially good update to fix that. Dominion Tower matches against the Everlasting and the Elusive no longer fail with spectators viewing the match. Master Runecrafting robes now award the correct amount of bonus experience. Noble's core code has been updated to fix several bugs, which is pretty cool. The hybrid armor damage boost in Castle Wars now works. The Ringmaster at the Circus will now talk about the new fire-making events after Firemaker's Curse. Attacking Farid in Dominion Tower without ice gloves now sends items into a player's bank instead of dropping them onto the floor if the player doesn't have inventory space, which is cool. The Flash Powder Factory Outfits bonus effect now works with Anti-Poison Plus and Anti-Poison Plus Plus potions. And just some miscellaneous ones here. A confirm option has been added while changing tracked skills on the XP counter interface to stop you from accidentally resetting it or changing it. Familiars will no longer stop being able to see their target from certain angles, which is an incredibly good bug fix. The orange process bar around the new XP skill icon now feels at a more consistent rate for higher leveled players, which is cool. If no button is pressed on the XP tracker and confirmed, attack is selected as default instead of no skill. So when you're selecting what skill to track, if you just left it as nothing and then you thought, oh yeah, that's attack, then it would have come up as nothing, but now it will come up as attack. The Ape Atoll Agility course now shows the correct amount of bonus XP gained on the final obstacle. Balak the Pummeler no longer spawns portals over the exit ladder, removing the ladder. Wow, that is good. Players chat now appears in the trade chat tab when player titles are used. The prayer stat is now restored after death. The Barbarian Outpost Agility course has had the agility requirement corrected on the Skill Advance guide, so just a typo there. The Constitution requirement for Zamarok's Fortress in God Wars has been fixed. Corrupt Dragon armor is no longer listed as members only on the Skill Advance guide. A members only padlock no longer appears on all new unlocks for free players. Steadfast boots no longer state that the Ritual of the Majoret is required on the Skill Advance guide. A typo on the Flash Powder Factory Skill Advance guide entry has been fixed. Gandameric armor entries in the Skill Advance guide have been corrected. Orange tree payment information on the Skill Advance guide has been corrected. The Defense Skill Guide's Mastery option now has a members only padlock icon. Recipe for Disaster gloves has been renamed and had their examine info updated to refer what armor set they belong to. I presume that's the dragon gloves, the rune gloves from Recipe of Disaster. The summoning icon now has options when clicked on the bottom right corner. So I think that's in the top right when you right click on summoning. If you did it on a certain place it wouldn't come up. Coins can no longer be removed from a money pouch in a dungeoneering waiting room, which is cool. The email validation screen no longer references a non-existent text field, which is cool. Several advisor system references have been removed from dungeoneering. The members benefits link has been removed from the graphics options screen while trying to select full screen as a free player. A typo on the Violord loading screen has been fixed. Planks in Brimhaven Agility course can no longer be failed with the Superfooted aura enabled. The Wilderness Agility course gate examine message has been updated. Breadcrumbs can no longer be gained on a free world. That was by using a knife on bread you get breadcrumbs, which is a member's object, which should have been. A bronze halberd is no longer given to players using the Refer a Friend system. Slayer Masters no longer refer to the desert heat when talking about desert strikeworms. Pets will no longer be lost if entering dungeoneering on a free world with a pet out. It is no longer possible to trade money into a player's money pouch in the wilderness. Coins now enter a player's money pouch when using telekinetic grab, and coins are now sent to a player's money pouch when using the Columbrium keys. And also a couple more things: when They've added in the new beginners area, so you can now teleport to Berthup and do the beginners area for new players. Get some cool new stuff. Also, when you call a familiar to you, the blue ring around it has been changed. When you click to move somewhere, the arrow, the little cross that used to be yellow, is now orange. That's pretty much all I can think of for about now. Thank you for watching, guys. Please like, favorite, and subscribe.